I'm going to do a reading for all of us for this retrograde cycle. Mercury just stationed retrograde today in the sign of Virgo, the same time that the sun, or the same day that the sun has moved into the sign of Virgo. So we are now in Virgo season. Happy birthday, Virgos out there. We also have Leo. We have Venus still in retrograde in Leo until about September 3rd or 4th, depending on where you are in the world. And before I even get into the cards, I was outside mowing my grass and I had some really deep messages come through for us all. I have been receiving messages the last few days in bits and pieces. Yesterday, one of the big messages was that things are coming around full circle. And I didn't quite know exactly what that meant. Was that something with regards to just my life? And if so, what area of my life? Or was this more collective? And as I was mowing grass today, I received much deeper insight and information as to what that message was about. So there are many of us, many of you, as well as myself, who listen to the channel, who we're all conscious, awake, and old souls here on the planet. And we are deeply misunderstood by many, as well as mistreated, misunderstood, whether to our face or behind our back. And it's a shame. However, at the same time, I understand why those things, and I hopefully you as well, why we experience these other people projecting their anger or mistrust or wanting to bring us down to their level. And it is just that, because we hold such a high frequency of light and we stay true to our soul self, it shines a mirror onto their false self, which wants to hide, the ego mind. It wants to hide behind a facade. So anyway, the messages that I've been getting, and especially with both Mercury retrograde, is helping the collective slow down mentally. And if you don't slow down, you're going to have a lot of, because Uranus is Uranus is going retrograde at the end of this month as well. So that is also in pre-shadow. If we don't slow down and be mindful on our day-to-day, there will be accidents, there will be repercussions for sure. And I've already been witnessing this in just my area of people that are surrounding me. So Virgo is inward. It is the yin energy. So many people that are going through the processes of awakening. And in the beginning, you're not fully conscious. You're not fully awake and aware of your actions, of the experiences that you have in life, and that they are repercussions to your energy, your reaction, your actions, action and reaction. So long story short, those of us who have experienced bullying, people, projecting their nastiness onto us, or just talking about us behind our back, trying to smear our reputation. And I'm not talking personally, but I've definitely had this happen to me in the past, and I'm sure that it still does. I don't even pay attention anymore, honestly. And you should not either, because the more we focus on ourselves and understand that whatever they do, they're doing, that's part of their path. What comes around goes around. That is the karmic wheel, which is the full circle message that I received yesterday. A lot of things are going to be coming full circle, where those who have done onto us not what they want have done onto them will be done onto them. There will also be a greater awareness and realization as to some of the things that they have said or done to cause with intention, or just out of jealousy, envy, anger, to cause harm or pain or sadness onto another. That is definitely in the energy big time. So what's important for us who have been the scapegoat, have been the target of those who are not fully conscious, their shadow and their projections, it is important for us to just forgive. Forgive does not mean that you are going to tolerate or even let someone back into your life or your experience necessarily. It just means that you release them into their own world, and that then they play with their own energy. You release them back with unconditional love, with knowing that eventually one day, if not in this lifetime, in another, they will realize we are all brothers and sisters here on this planet. We are all walking each other home. So it's important for us to remember these things and hold our light, stay in our heart. And you may be receiving, many may be receiving confessions, apologies in the next month or so. Possibly, I definitely see this through Mercury, but it may have to go through, and everybody's journey is different. Mercury retrogrades for a short period of time, but Uranus retrograde, which is a lot of the things that will lash back, that energy will last until next year, the beginning of next year. So with that said, forgiveness is key. To be mindful, be mindful of our energy, and never ever wish on someone what they have done to you, because you'll receive that back as well. Don't play that game. Don't get into that energetic game and perpetuate that energy. So with that said, let's get into the messages. We're going to start off with, what are we going to start? Okay, we're going to start off with the This is interesting. Okay, we're going to go with the universe has your back again. Interesting how certain cards just highlight to me, and the guys really are, the messages that I've been receiving have been powerful and empowering, liberating. Many of us are still facing certain challenges of trusting divine timing, and trusting that we are all made up of the same energy that has created all. There's divine energy flowing through me and flowing through you and flowing through everyone that is around us, flowing through all of the animals, all of the plants. The entire planet is flowing in divine energy. We're all here to learn lessons, and many are learning lessons they did not realize that they signed up to learn. And some of us, as we know, it takes quite a while. There's a beautiful, I've been listening to a lot of Wayne Dyer lately. If you've been listening to me, I've been kind of reciting some of the things that he has said in his journey. And he shares this story of a woman named Portia Nelson, and she was asked to, actually I wrote it down so I don't butcher it. One moment. I don't want to butcher it because it's beautiful. This is what happens when we did not expect to do a video or a reading today. she was at a workshop, and everybody was asked to write down their life story up until now in 5 chapters on small 3x4 index cards or something like that. So Portia Nelson's life in 5 chapters. I have to read this. I have to share this for those of you who have not heard this, because this is exactly how the journey of life goes for each and every one of us. Chapter 1, I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2, I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend not to see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. It isn't my fault. It still takes a long time for me to get out. Chapter 3, I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. But my eyes are open. I know where I'm at. It's my own fault. And I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. And chapter 5. Finally, I walk down a different street. So many of us are embarking on a different street finally. Others are still either falling into the hole, or some may be at that point in time where they're seeing it and they're walking around it. But eventually we will start to walk a new path, walk down a different street. I just had to share that with all of you. So let's get into the reading. Collective energy for this retrograde cycle. And remember, forgiveness is probably the #1 key to succeeding in transforming your life into a peaceful, happy life. We do not need to play in the games that others are currently playing in. And many of you are probably wondering, oh, does she have somebody that's bullying her and playing a game? No, I actually don't. But I've already been there. And I see very clearly how these cycles come around. I've seen others awaken and realize. I've had people confess and apologize to me in the past. And it's taken many, many, many years, even including family members. But when we stay true to ourselves and we don't budge, we don't fall into the hole anymore of the status quo. When we embrace our weirdness, the fact that we are different, that empowers us. And that is a beautiful thing, because nobody on this planet is meant to be the same as someone else. We aren't. It's impossible. We can dress the same. We can talk the same. We can act the same. But deep inside, we are not the same. And our energy is definitely unique to each and every one of us. So embrace you. Every single part of you, and love you. When I think I've surrendered, surrender more. Definitely a very strong message, especially during, well, we're talking about the retrograde cycle. Many of us think that we have surrendered to life and allow life to unfold, yet we are so programmed and conditioned to control certain aspects of our lives. So when you think you've surrendered, life will bring to you more reasons to surrender more. These are through challenges and through tests. Surrender more and trust. Trust in the divine. Trust in the divine timing and the divine flow of life. And it's okay. If you fall in that hole, you recognize you're there again. Hell, I can't even tell you how many holes I've fallen into. My chapters would be way more than 5. But I feel like that is a beautiful portrayal of the hero's journey. The journey to awakening, to pure consciousness, to the heart. Anything else? No? Okay. We're going to get into the psychic tarot. Oh, one more. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Here we go again with the bullying, with us being brought back into situations. This could very well be family or close friends or energies that I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to engage because it's scary. This time, have faith that when life brings you into a certain situation, you're meant to be there, but hold your truth, hold your light. When we don't engage, when we don't react or respond in the way that it's expected of us, that turns the energy around onto those who are projecting. It's their own soul's cry for freedom. Turning fear into love, conflict into growth, trauma into healing. Hope is the conduit for miracles. So again, I'm getting with Venus retrograde, that has been probably the most confusing and the most difficult cycle that we have gone through so far, in my opinion. You could contest, and that's fine because we're all on our own path here. But a lot of things have gotten stripped away, things that we assumed, and this will continue to happen, things that we assumed or thought that was stable and secure. This could be money, this could be jobs, this could be relationships. And it's meant to. Well, then we got put in this holding pattern or this void. And that's a scary place, especially when we humans, when our basic survival and our basic needs, we're like, how are things going to work out? Have faith and hold that hope. Because there are very strong messages, lessons to understand and to learn. And one of the #1 messages that I continue to receive as I am still being squeezed myself is trust, faith. When you think you've surrendered, surrender more. We do not see the bigger picture. Uranus energy is unexpected. Expect the unexpected at this time. Faith, have faith. And hold hope. Bottom of this deck, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. Do not forget this advice. We are a spirit in a human form, having a human experience. We are more powerful than we have been taught or conditioned to believe. Our thoughts, our energy emits from our thoughts as the engine that drives the emotional. So we've got an electromagnetic field that is creating our reality. So stay still in the raging river and trust that things will turn out, things will change. And they truly do. This is the time for miracles to truly open up to us. All right, let's get a little deeper into this. And, you know, you may be guided into areas of life that you didn't really intend to be, but remember, nothing is permanent. We do get guided into stepping stones into the next place. So we are not really placed into the next path quite yet, many of us. So just trust. And every day, this Mercury retrograde especially is calling us inward to stay calm, to slow down, be mindful. And be mindful of what you're putting your attention and your focus on at every given moment of every day. Okay. What else can you tell us, please? Many of us are here to help those who are beginning their awakening journey. Again, things will be recognized. And you already are being recognized for staying true to yourself. There are great rewards here. So be proud of yourself. Regardless of what the outside world is showing you right now, connect to your inner self. Connect to the stream of energy, of source, of spirit, of God. Connect and stay connected. You are being recognized, as well as outside. Again, it is being recognized by many through this retrograde cycle of, aha, their perspective will be changing. The truth will be coming out, and realizations as to what kind of character they've been playing, and they want to make great changes. And then the realization of like, oh, I see how I've treated so-and-so. I see how I perceived so-and-so, thought they were weird, or you know, made up rumors about them or bullied them. That's the ego that wants to tear someone down for being true to themselves. We have emotional loss with recognition and reward. Many relationships have split, and they are still being pulled apart right now. If somebody is not in alignment with you and your energy, don't mess around with that. No more overgiving, overdoing, people pleasing. He's holding his heart. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Understand that everything in life happens for a divine purpose. And we're not always meant to know right when it happens, but if we constantly stay true to ourselves, stay true to our heart, and to have faith that whatever is happening right now is happening for a purpose, for a reason, and that will show itself to you, it's going to be a beautiful unfoldment. We are here to assist and help others through their awakening process by just being ourselves, being true to ourselves, and forgiving. We have solar plexus, obstacles and challenges, and crown chakra. Yeah. So through the extreme challenges and obstacles that we face, again, this is turning trauma into healing, conflict into growth, fear into love. Empower yourself, self-confidence. I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am, regardless of what anybody else says. And crown chakra. I understand. There's a deeper understanding for those of us who are already awakened in consciousness, walking on the path of enlightenment to enlightenment. You know, we're constantly being enlightened, all of us. Crown chakra is seeing the bigger picture and getting a deeper understanding from all of the experiences, all of the relationships we've had in this lifetime, and what they were meant to show us, teach us about ourselves, our own growth, our own evolutionary process. Bottom of the deck, heartache and loss. So overall, this energy speaks of those who have caused us great heartache, great loss on our journey. I know I've had a lot of that. And it took me a long time to release resentment, release anger, release the sadness, the attachment, release the heartache. And when you get to a place, there's patience below that. When you get to a place where you finally do understand what it's done for you, for me, and how life has placed us in a new path, it makes it that much easier to let go. To let go of the anger, the sadness, the heartache, the loss. Because there are much greater things that are about to open up and unfold, and already have. It's hard to see it when you're in conflict and challenge. But if you reflect back on your life, years back, or even back to, for me, if I even reflect back to 2018, when I do astrology reports, I go back and when we're going through cycles that are wrapping up cycles from years before, I go through my photos and I look at myself in those years, and then I have these deep remembrances of who I was, how unconscious I was, what I had, all of that. And I'm like, wow, I am such, actually that was not me. And I see how the unconscious operates. I was one. Do you know what I mean? So I think doing that and seeing the growth and the evolution and how far we've come is a beautiful thing. So be patient. Be patient with others as well. Love begins below that. There are going to be many that are going to come forward with confessions, realizations, apologies. And if not, that's okay too. That is okay too. Let it go. Do not expect. That is another big thing that I've gotten. Do not expect from anybody. First of all, that energy of expectation is going to kind of push them away energetically. So stay in your own lane. Wish everyone well and forgiveness. And don't play around with someone who is still unconscious and is, we all know intuitively who is not in their heart, who is playing a facade, who is acting out on their own pain and trauma. And many of us are not equipped to work with somebody that is still deeply in their pain and trauma. I'm being taught slowly but surely in life, because it is part of my life path to help. But when someone's completely, deeply unconscious, it is really difficult to have them see otherwise. That is the universe's job. That is their higher self's job. That's spirit, God's. The big message I got when I was mowing is give it up to God. That is up to them and God. Not up to us to tell someone what they've, what they've done wrong or how much they've hurt you at this point. I mean, sure, you can speak up if you're engaged. You can say that has hurt me, but there's going to be some deep realization. Humbling, I'm hearing. Humbling for many. And again, it's not all. These happen in stages and phases in life. So again, don't hold on to expectations, but stay true to you. Last message for us all. Okay. We have two. We have wishing upon a star. And the one that fell on the floor, a powerful move. Let's start with wishing upon a star. Do you believe your dreams can become real, or do you shrug them off and chide yourself for being unrealistic? What if you could trust that the world around you holds promise you have not yet realized? Perhaps the point all along is not how something can happen, but the power of wishing and intending. We humans have multiple ways of ritualize owning a dream we want to see manifest in the physical form. We think of a wishing well. You infuse a coin with your intention, tuning into the feeling of having a particular experience. Tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the act of the how. Tossing, Mercury retrograde, my words of reading. Tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the act of letting the how go. Letting the how go. Walking away and allowing the universe to do its part in the co-creative partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you also look back to our origins, for we are all made of stardust. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities, even if it seems impossible. If it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming real. Don't forget that the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than figuring out the how. It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life and you trust the essence of the partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope for is a call to a twinkling star. The answer will come, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. And it is important too, when we are using our imagination and when we are putting out into the universe that which we desire, that we then walk away and let go of the how, the when, all of that stuff, but hold the essence, the feeling, stay in that childlike wonder of imagination. We have to feel as if it's already happened. It's almost like acting, and watch miracles happen. It's all about your energy and intention. Okay. And last message, a powerful move. The time for rest is over. Change is in the air. This is a powerful time when deliberate action is needed to move your intentions out of the realm of thought and into the material, from ideas into action. How do you approach your relationship to the invisible world as it influences the visible? Do you see the relationship? Do you recognize yourself as a unique whole and worthy being who has a special place in the world, whose offerings are valuable, and whose life has meaning? Again, I keep getting floods of how we've been put down, how we have been bullied and shamed and blamed and put down, and it's time to clear that. Know how beautiful and loving and powerful you truly are. You are a mighty co-creator, so step into that power and see your intentions manifest in the world. Real positive change is possible when you make choices from an authentic sense of self and take a conscious step towards your dreams. To take steps towards your intended experience, start first with the way you think. Let curiosity be the focus now, and display a willingness to discover new things instead of confirming your past expectations. Be open, be clear about your motives and desires, and set your intention. Then step into the magic just waiting for you to claim it. Traveling, moving, flowing, flying, whatever describes the changes in your life, know that these are called for now. Act with thoughtfulness and awareness, and remember to be true to yourself. What is called for now is doing the thing that needs to be done. All will be better than well. What an exciting time indeed. And it is very important for us to check our thoughts. Mercury retrograde is assisting with that. Are you expecting things to always happen? This is the way they always have. You're going to continue to manifest things as they always have. Let your past behind you. It's the wake behind you. That is a really important key here. So get yourself, well, let's all get into our imagination and our childlike wonder and deep felt excitement for what's to come, what changes we can create, and let's don't let your past hold you back. That is a deep message. So I hope that this was helpful for everyone out there listening, and I'm sending you all out so much love. Take care. Bye.